ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to John Hardin High School for tonight's 17th District Girls matchup between the John Hardin Bulldogs and the North Hardin Trojans. We're now going to have the starting lineups for both teams.
Brown. Number 22, senior Sasha Dominich. Number 2, senior Maya Hawkins. Number 11, senior Brooklyn Heike. Number 10, senior Shemaya Hibbler. Number 12, sophomore Naya Jones. Number 13, freshman Kiara Loggins. Number 5, sophomore Ramaya McFadden. Number 30, junior Kaylee Milburn. Number 19, junior Madison Parker. Number 25, sophomore Riley Thompson. Now for your home team, let's get on our feet and stand for the John Hardin Lady Bulldogs. Number 2, sophomore Christy De La Rosa Pagan. Number 3, sophomore Melissa Wiley. In the goal, junior Alexis Witherspoon. Number 7, junior Naya Johnson. Number 9, freshman Caitlin Rowlett. Number 10, junior Kylie Crowley. Number 11, senior Jamie Pons Pagan. Number 14, sophomore Kaylee Black. Number 15, junior Zoe Hedge. Number 17, sophomore Miriam Atiani. And number 20, junior Katie Lewis. Head coach,
So there we
Eric
have the
Kravitsky,
starting
assistant
for both
coaches
teams.
Daniel
Again,
Ruiz
for the
and
North
Andy
Hardin
Biles.
Trojans, they come in under Coach Chris Smith with a 5-5 record.
Good luck
Their
to
starters
both
will be
teams. Have a
Maya
great
Hawkins,
game.
Ariana Brown, Maya McFadden, Shamia Hibbler, Brooklyn Heike, Nia Jones, Kira Loggins, Madison Parker, Sasha Dominich, Kaylee Milburn, and in the goal will be Riley Thompson for the John Hardin Bulldogs. They come in under Coach Eric Kravitsky with a 5-6 record. Their starters are Christy De La Rosa Pagan, Melissa Wiley, Nia Johnson, Caitlin Rowlett, Kylie Crowley, Jamie Pons Pagan, Kaylee Flack, Zoe Hedge, Miriam Atiani, Katie Lewis, and in goal tonight for the Bulldogs will be Alexis Witherspoon. North Hardin will get the ball to start this first half. Again, it'll be 2 halves of 40 minutes. If they are tied at the end of regulation, they will go to a 5-minute overtime. If no one has scored in that, it'll be another 5-minute overtime. And finally, we would have penalty kicks. Jones going to send it up the left side, trying to get it to Parker. Lewis over there, along with Atiani providing the defense, sends it in. De La Rosa Pagan sends it back out. Now Hibbler with it for North. Lays it back for Jones. Jones will lay it back for Milburn. Milburn back to Hibbler. It's Rowlett who gets the ball now for the Bulldogs. Going to send it to the outside. Trying to get it over there to Atiani. Maya Hawkins provides the defense for the Trojans. She'll send it up the right side. Wiley keeps it down on this end for the Bulldogs. Atiani sends it to the middle. McFadden will kick it out of there to go over the sideline throw in for the Bulldogs. Atiani with the throw in. Gets it to Wiley. Atiani going to center it. Milburn going to send it back out. Gets it over near Parker. Parker going up the offense's left side. She gets past Pons Pagan. He'll send it in from there, trying to get it to Loggins. De La Rosa Pagan sends it back out, but Hibbler gets it for the Trojans. That time it'll be Crowley who gets to it first. Dominich and Crowley going after it. Crowley will drop it back. Hedge sends it up the side. Milburn for North Hardin gets it up to Loggins. Loggins gets past Hedge, going on the right side. Hedge comes back. There'll be a foul, and it'll be a free kick for the Trojans. Actually, it goes out of bounds. Yeah, he's going to save free kick. Okay. Sasha Dominic is going to take this one. Now it'll be Hibbler who comes over to take it. We were here last night. There's about 5 or 6 soft spots on the field. This one of them. Ball hit into the box trying to get it to Loggins. We'll have offsides on the Trojans. Free kick for the Bulldogs. It's just over the head of Dominique. Milburn and Crowley going at it. Rowley going to send it up, but Hawkins will track it down. She's going to lay it back for Thompson. It's Johnson to come up for the Bulldogs. Parker now with it. Drops it back for Heike. Heike tries to send it up the center of the field. Rowlett now with the ball. Hibbler gets it back. That'll be Crowley who gets in front of that one. Crowley will send it right back up the middle. Thompson weighs everyone off. She'll kick it from there. Comes to Atiani. Heike pokes it free. Now Parker with it for the Trojans. She's going to try to send it up the middle to Brown and Loggins. Sent back out by De La Rosa Pagan. Rowlett now with it. Sends it in the middle. Tries to get it to Johnson. Hawkins there for the Trojans to kind of poke it away. Now Melissa Wiley kicks it to Johnson. Heike will send it back up the middle. Pons Pagan there for the Bulldogs. Brown for the Trojans. And it's Lewis who sends it back out. Flack sends it up the field. Milburn will send it back down the other way. Gets past Hedge, but not past De La Rosa Pagan. Dominic going to now try to poke it into the box. Out to Crowley. Crowley driving through the middle. Hawkins gets it back for the Trojans. Should have set it outside for Dominic. Flack comes over. That's going to go off the Trojan throw in for the Bulldogs. We'll have a substitution. That's going to be Kylie Newton checking into the ball game for the Bulldogs. Dominique heads that one right back out. Another throw in. Milburn sends it near the middle. Rowlett comes up to get it for the Bulldogs. She'll drop it back for Wiley. Wiley going to try to chip it over that back line. McFadden tracks it down. She'll kick it out near the sidelines. But it'll be Crowley who keeps it in. Crowley and McFadden going after it. Down into the corner. McFadden will send it out, but Flack right there for the Bulldogs. Sends it to Rowlett. Now McFadden will get it. No one really around her. She's going to send it up the right side. She'll get it to Loggins. Pons Pagan provides the defense. Now Hedge will come over. Loggins drives it back inside as De La Rosa Pagan had come over. Now down into the corner. And that'll be a foul on the Trojans. And will be a free kick for the Bulldogs. Rowlett to take this one. Gets it out near midfield for Newton. Melissa Wiley there. Now it'll be Kaylee Milburn, sends it up the right side. It'll go out. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Hedge with the throw in. Goes off Crowley. Dominique's going to throw it in now. De La Rosa Pagan comes over. And it's Loggins who keeps it for the Trojans. Trying to find someone to give it to. Flack now will get it for the Bulldogs. She sends it up, trying to get it to Newton. Milburn chips it back into the middle, but Wiley is there. Wiley's going to send it to the outside, trying to get it to Atiani. Heike comes up for the Trojans. Rowlett with another kick down the right side. It's to Atiani. Hawkins provides the defensive pressure for the Trojans. She'll get the ball back. Goes out. Quick throw in by Hawkins, trying to get it to Parker. Wiley pokes it back free, but it goes to Hawkins. Hawkins is going to try to send it to the middle. Flack there. Rowlett will give it back to Flack. Now Milburn will send it back the other way for the Trojans. De La Rosa Pagan got to it. Ariana Brown now with it. She'll lay it to the outside to Parker. Lewis comes out for the Bulldogs. Parker drives in, trying to find a cross. Pons Pagan will send it out. It'll be a throw in for the Trojans. Parker will take this throw in. 32-23 to go here in this opening half. Scoreless between the Trojans and the Bulldogs. Jones with it, back out to Parker. Parker going to send it into the box there, headed by Hedge. And Witherspoon comes out, runs into her own player, and it's Shamia Hibbler with the shot and goal. And Shamia Hibbler at the 23:04 mark gets it in. As I believe it was De La Rosa Pagan and Witherspoon collided together, both of them still down on the ground, and as the ball got away from them, it was Hibbler who gets it on her foot and gets the first goal of the ball game. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With offices in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. West Point Bank with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. And Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties for all your real estate needs. Contact Ryan, 270-723-4626, and he'll get the job done. As we come back to action, I believe we might have a busted lip by Alexis Witherspoon, the goalkeeper for the Bulldogs. As Destiny Clark will get her gloves on, and she'll be coming in. So they're going to escort Alexis off the field. Clark will go in at goal. All right, so it will be John Hardin ball. And the official will start the clock up. Flack with it near midfield. Hibbler going to get it for the Trojans, drops it back for Hawkins. Hawkins going to try to slide it up. Crowley going to get there first. Flack back to Rowlett. Rowlett going to send it up the middle. It gets past everyone. Thompson comes out. She'll scoop it up. Punt this one out near Hibbler. Melissa Wiley there for the Bulldogs. Flack now with it. Gonna send it up the corner. It's going to go too far. Crowley not able to get to it. Throw in for the Trojans. Now we see the other player that was in the collision for the Bulldogs, Christy De La Rosa Pagan, as she's being escorted across the field as well. Pass up to Ariana Brown, and it'll be Jamie Ponce Pagan that gets it. Madison Parker going to take the shot, goes just high. It'll be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. I believe this will be Rowlett taking this goal kick. Trying to get it to Flack. Milburn there for the Trojans. Wiley going to head it to Flack. Loggins comes and gets it for the Trojans. Drops it back for Milburn. Milburn going to send it down the sidelines. Mink with it now. Send it back up. But it's Hibbler for the Trojans gets there. Crowley will get this one right near midfield. She gets past Milburn, but it'll go out of bounds and be a throw-in for the Trojans. Milburn to throw it in, so we have some substitutions. Haley Davis checks in along with Luisa Garcia. Jones with it. Back to Hawkins. Hawkins outside for Milburn. Milburn trying to squeeze it through on the middle. Davis will pick it up. Mink kicks it out. Throw in for the Trojans. Davis will take this throw in. Going to throw it down the line to Loggins. Loggins lays it back. Davis sends it across to Garcia. It gets into the box, and it is Clark with the save. That'll be a foul on the Trojans, a free kick for the Bulldogs. Rowlett quickly sets it up. Hawkins misplays that one as Wiley comes in chase for the Bulldogs. Hawkins drives it out of the box. She gets it right back. Gonna try to send it up the line. It'll go wide. Be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Crowley to take this one. Up to Johnson, that'll go out. Off of her, throw in for the Trojans. Crowley heads it in the air. Flack sends it back. Hawkins is there for the Trojans. Over to Milburn. Johnson trying to get it for the Bulldogs. Hawkins gets it back. It's past Flack there. Melissa Wiley now with it. Leaves it for Rowlett. Try to send it up the far side. Heike will be there for the Trojans as Atiani gets up there for the Bulldogs. Heike gonna chip it up to Parker. Parker can get it outside for Garcia. Lays it back for Parker. Rowlett now with it for the Bulldogs. Still with it. And try to get it to Johnson. Heike comes over. And there'll be takedown. Thompson just holds it. Thompson will punt this one. Trying to get it to Davis. Be a handball on the Bulldogs. Parker to take this free kick. .26:30 to go here in this first half. North Hardin on top, 1-0. A Shamia Hibbler goal at the 32:04 mark. Davis with it. She'll send it into the box. Clark comes out. She'll collect it before Brown can get there. Davis waits on that one to come down. Crowley will send it up the field. Hawkins there for the Trojans. Lays it off for McFadden. And will get it up to Loggins. A foul on the Bulldogs. Another free kick for the Trojans. Parker will take this one again. It was Flack who sent it out. Flack comes up, gets it over to Johnson. Or sorry, that was Rowlett, gets it over to Johnson. Hawkins comes back for the Trojans. Be a free kick for the Trojans. Be Heike, but we'll take this one. Out on the Bulldogs. Garcia to do a throw in for the Trojans. Crowley now with it. Jones and Rowlett go after it. Rowlett comes out with it for the Bulldogs. She's going to try to chip it up the side to Atiani. Garcia back for the Trojans on defense. Rowlett now with it. Tries to slip it through. Hawkins and Jones there for North. Turned away. Atiani will get it back. And she gets it to Newton. Newton on the right side of the box. She'll center it to Rowlett. Rowlett shot from there. It's going to go wide left. It'll be a goal kick for the Trojans. Hawkins will take this goal kick. She'll lay it outside for Milburn. They're going to try to get to the center, but Rowlett there for the Bulldogs. Gets it to Newton. Hawkins will get it back for North. Not able to keep it in. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Flack to throw it in to Rowlett. She'll lay it back for Flack. Rowlett with it again. That's going to be a foul on the Trojans as Rowlett had started to stumble as she was tripped up. Free kick for the Bulldogs. Trying to get it to Atiani down the right side. That's going to go off of Atiani and will be a goal kick for the Trojans. 22-10 to go here in the ball game. Or sorry, in this first half. Flack gets to that one. Hawkins going to send it up the left side, trying to get it to Garcia. Garcia going to lay it back there for Heike. Sends it forward, trying to get it to McFadden. Garcia will get it. She tries to get it into the box. Loggins comes over for the Trojans. She gets it. Sends it off for McFadden, and it's Destiny Clark with a save. Good pass, good shot, good save. Put it out near midfield. Parker gets it for North. She's going to lay it back for Milburn. Milburn going to try to send it to the center. Wiley there for the Bulldogs. Milburn will send that one out. It'll be a throw in for the Bulldogs. Crowley to take this one. She'll send it down the line. McFadden kicks that one out. It'll be another throw in. Crowley again on this throw in. Into Rowlett. Crowley now going to leave it off for Flack. That'll be a foul on the Trojans and a free kick for the Bulldogs. Rowlett to take this one. Hawkins back there for the Trojans, gets it out of the box. Milburn going to send it near the sidelines. It'll go over and be a throw in for the Bulldogs. Crowley looking for someone to get it to. That'll be headed out of bounds by Parker, so it'll be a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Rowlett to take this one as we hit the midway point. There was offsides, and that we're going to have a free kick for the Trojans instead. Parker now with it. Up the center of the field. Pons Pagan back there. She'll send it out. Throw in for the Trojans. Substitutions on both sides. Nia Johnson back into the lineup for the Bulldogs. Justice Kennedy, Sasha Dominic, and Ariana Brown back in for the Trojans. Davis going to send this one into the box. Clark comes out, makes an easy save. Puts that one out near midfield. Johnson with it for the Trojans. Gets it to Davis. Davis tries to thread the needle. Back out near midfield. Milburn gets it for the Trojans. Lays it off for Davis. Davis going to try to trip it forward, getting it to Loggins. Loggins and Pons Pagan going at it. Still going at it down the side. Flat comes over. It'll go out. Be a throw in for the Bulldogs. Crowley sends it in. Out again off the Trojans. Foul on the Trojans. Free kick for the Bulldogs. That goes off the Trojans. Another throw in for the Bulldogs. Crowley comes down the field to take this one. Milburn kicks it out. Now Flack with it for John. To Wiley. To Rowlett. Trying to find some space. Milburn going to send it out near midfield. Flack there for the Bulldogs. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Crowley to throw this one in. Milburn back there. Milburn will send it out. Another throw in. Crowley again going to send this towards the middle to Rowlett. Back to Crowley. Davis sends it back out near the middle of the field to Ariana Brown. Brown going to try to send it up there. It was Hedge that got it for the Bulldogs. Back to McFadden. McFadden sends it forward for Loggins, lays it off for Davis. Davis going to send it to the middle, trying to get it to Brown. Lewis back there, and now Clark will come out of the goal and scoop it up. Black heads it up in the air to Crowley. Milburn back there for North. She'll kick it out. It'll be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. McFadden will poke that one out. Another throw-in for John. Crowley comes to take this one as well. Off Milburn, another throw-in for John. McFadden going to send it out near the middle of the field. Trying to get to Ariana Brown. She'll send it up, trying to get it to Loggins. Last Mink, Pons Pagan coming from behind the shot there, and Destiny Clark with another save for the Bulldogs. Punts that one away. Davis waits on it for the Trojans. Davis and Mink going at this one. Crowley with it. She'll chip it forward. Johnson chases after as Hawkins gets there for the Trojans. That's going to go off Johnson. It'll be a throw-in for the Trojans. Jada Gregory and Madison Parker back into the lineup. Hawkins will have this throw in. Gets it to Parker. That's going to go off Crowley. Kennedy now to throw it in. It's it to Parker. Crowley gets it back for the Bulldogs. Jada Gregory sends it up. Parker the left foot. Mink got to that one. Rowlett to Wiley. Back to Flack. Outside to Kennedy. Rowlett to Wiley. Wiley going to the right side. And try to get to Atiani. Dominich to the middle of the field. Sends it up to Brown. Brown going to get it. Pons Pagan comes over on the defense. Now it's Lewis there for the Bulldogs. Brown stops, tries to poke it three. Gets it to Logston at the top of the box. Poked out by Hedge. Hedge sends it up the John Harden right side. It'll go off Heike. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Newton back into the ball game for John. Wiley with it. Hawkins back there for the North defense. Gets it to Parker. Parker sends it up to Loggins. Loggins going to send it, trying to get it to Brown. Mink there to send it back. Dominich going to send it all the way through. Clark will gather it up. Flack and Milburn going after it there. Jada Gregory now for the Trojans. Sends it up. She's trying to get it to Brown. Brown as Mink and Hedge converge on Brown. To go off the Bulldogs. Throw in for the Trojans. Brown to take this throw in. Get it to Hawkins. Hawkins tried to send it in. Wiley got in the way. Heike comes up from her defensive position. She'll take it up the left side. Wiley provides the defense. They get it to Loggins in the middle of the field. Poked back now. Jada Gregory will lay it back for Parker. Parker going to send it in, but Rowlett was in the way. Now they get it out to Atiani. Dominique's on the defense. Heike comes back and gets it. Now Newton gets into the action. Gregory and Rowlett going at it. Foul on the Trojans. Rowlett quickly up. The free kick. She'll send it down the field to Newton. Outside for Atiani. Hawkins now gets it for the Trojans. Jada Gregory now with it. Sends it across for Milburn. Heike will now get it for North. Trying to send it forward. Ponce Pagan there for John Harden. Loggins there for the Trojans. So send it into the box, but Pagan gets there. Not able to get a clean kick on it. Lewis now will send it out. Gregory back inside. She'll send it out to Dominique. Dominique's going to try to cross there. Rowlett poked it free. Gregory gets it to Brown. Back to Parker. Parker up and goes off Flack. Rebounds out to Milburn. Milburn will lay it back in for Parker again. Another shot from outside, and Clark there slides to her right and makes the save. Be punted high in the air. Parker gets there for the Trojans. Kicks it outside. Crowley going to let it cross the sideline. It'll be a throw in for John. Nia Johnson back into the lineup for John Harden. Luisa Garcia back in for North Harden. Crowley with the throw in. Be a foul on the Bulldogs. Free kick for the Trojans. Send this one forward into the box. And John able to get it back out. Crowley with it. Tries to get it up to Newton. Johnson going down the right side, trying to get it to there. Dominique stepped in the way. Ball will come down to Katie Lewis. Loggins comes over for North Harden. The play on. Loggins and Rowlett now get to the ball. Rowlett pokes it out. It'll be a throw in for, this way it goes off Loggins. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Johnson comes back to do this throw in. Gets it into Wiley. Go off Wiley, a throw in. As Nia Johnson will now come back in for North Harden. 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the first half. 1-0 the score, North Harden on top. Shamia Hibbler goal of 32:04 of this first half. The only goal of the night. Heike with the throw in, trying to get it to Brown. Brown to the middle of the field. Flack providing the pressure, slides it through, gets it to Garcia. Garcia, it'll go off her over the end line and be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Rowlett to take this one. It to Flack. Flack unable to control it. Hibbler with it. Sends it to the middle to Jones. Jones is going to try to send it up to the left. Atiani over there as her and Parker chase after it. Heike gets to it. Keeps it inbounds. Heike goes down as her and Atiani, as Atiani limps away also, but Heike Went down as they kicked each other in the leg. .6:51 to go here. For John Hardin, their next ball game will be this Saturday as they will host Atherton out of Louisville. For North Hardin, their next game is Saturday as well, and they will host the Generals of Thomas Nelson. Our next game tomorrow night will be back on the air as it'll be volleyball action as John Hardin and E-Town square off. Game time is 7:30 for that matchup. Friday night, it'll be John Hardin and Central Hardin in football action. It is the home opener for the Bruins. Kickoff time is set for 7:30. Monday night, we'll be back with girls soccer action back here at John Hardin High School as they will host the Elizabethtown Panthers. Tuesday night, it'll be volleyball action as North Hardin and Elizabethtown square off. Wednesday night, it'll be girls soccer as Central Hardin comes here to the Bulldogs. Next Thursday, it'll be boys soccer action as John Hardin travels to Central Hardin. And then next Friday night, Meade County will travel to John Hardin. They've gotten Heike off the field. Both coaches and the trainer looking at her. So now both teams will come back out onto the field. Coach Smith gathers up his team, gives them some last words as they come back out onto the field. There'll be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. They'll roll the clock. Gregory steps in the way of that throw-in, gets it back to Parker. Parker going down the left side, now looking for some room to pass it. Atiani gets it back for the Bulldogs. That'll go off Parker, throw in for John. Atiani quickly getting it in. Gregory gets it back for the Trojans. Gets it right to Wiley. She'll drive up near midfield, gives it off to Rowlett. Rowlett going to send it up the middle of the field. McFadden there on the defense. She'll send it out to the right side. Johnson traveling for the Bulldogs, and it'll go out and be a throw in for John. Crowley with it. Throwing that one in. Crowley gets it back from Johnson. Trying to find some room. Splits two defenders. That'll go off Hawkins and be a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Rowlett to take this one. Sends it through the box. A excellent corner kick is actually going to end up hooking all the way through and will be a goal kick for the Trojans. Parker quickly puts it down, gets it up to Jones. Jones will drop it back for Hibbler. Now Rowlett for the Bulldogs. She'll send it in the top of the box. Thompson comes up, will scoop it up before Crowley can get there. He's going to punt it up the right side, trying to get it to Garcia. Garcia keeps it in for Brown. Mink comes up on the defense as Wiley comes from behind, and her and Brown and Wiley going at it down the right side. It'll be a foul on the Bulldogs. Free kick for the Trojans. Parker comes to take this free kick. Free kick into the box, headed there by the Bulldogs a couple of times. Gregory tracks it down for the Trojans. Jones takes it back into the box, sent back out. And again, Gregory tries to lay it off. This time Johnson gets it for the Bulldogs. Up the center of the field. And Maya McFadden comes over and gets it back for North. And Johnson gets it right back for the Bulldogs. There'll be a foul on North. A free kick for the Bulldogs. Rowlett comes to take this one. Rowlett going to send this one into the box. Thompson lets it bounce, gets over her head, and then dives for it. And it'll be a corner kick. Well, it bounced over her head. She was able to chase it down and got to it, but it falls out of bounds over the end line, and Rowlett will come and take a corner kick now for the Bulldogs. 2:50 to go here in this first half of play. Sends that one towards the top of the box. It'll get through. Punted up into the air, and that'll go over the end line and be a goal kick for the Trojans. Hawkins to take this goal kick. Up to Parker. Lays it back for Hibbler. Back to Parker. Parker still with it. Trying to get past Wiley. Up the left side. Now stops. Will lay it back for Hibbler. Hibbler kicks it high into the air towards the middle of the field. Loggins there for the Trojans. Brown now gets it for the Trojans. Sends it outside for Garcia. Mink comes over on the defense. Mink actually gets it back for the Bulldogs. And Garcia gets it back for the Trojans. Back out to Brown. Brown keeps it in. He's going to cross it there. Pons Pagan will send it out over the end line. With 1:30 to go, it'll be a corner kick for the Trojans. Parker's kick comes out, top of the box. Louisa just wide to the right on her shot attempt. Goal kick for the Bulldogs. Rowlett takes this one as well. Up to Flack. McFadden there for North. To the middle to Loggins. Lewis guarding her. Passes inside to Brown. Meek on the defense, and it's Clark with another save for the Bulldogs. Down to 35 seconds to go in this first half. Jones gets it back for the Trojans. Crowley comes back for the Bulldogs. She'll lay it back for Mink. Mink back up the field to Flack. Flack lays it off for Rowlett. Rowlett going to try to send it forward on the far side. Hibbler will get back there. Newton and Johnson in tow. Back to Thompson. Thompson's kick goes out. We're down to 10 seconds. That'll go out on the side. Throw in. Newton to do the throw in. 3, 2, 1. And that is how our first half will come to a close. North Hardin on top, 1-0. This is a Hardin County Educational Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools live Channel 1 programming. Sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. And West Point Bank, let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Ryan Harris of Remix Properties, for all your real estate needs. We'll be back after this short timeout with second half action.
Orthodontics, Gold City Properties, Script and Flow.
Hi, I'm Dale Mings, and welcome to HCEC-TV live sports coverage. I want to take time to just recognize one of our longtime sponsors, eTownApartments.com and Mark Harris Construction. And today we have with us another sponsor that's coming on board with us, and that's Mark's son, Ryan Harris. And Ryan, just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to be in this business and so forth.
So, I'm from Elizabethtown, grown up here my whole life. I'm fortunate enough that I got to grow up around kind of the construction business and that whole market, more so than a new realtor would get to be around it coming in. So, I knew a lot, and I decided being a realtor would be a perfect fit for me. And that's just kind of how I got into it. I interned my junior year, the summer after my junior year at Bellarmine at a real estate place. And I fell in love with it, and it's just a perfect fit for me.
So Ryan, tell us a little bit more about the focus of your business. Is this mostly the Elizabethtown area, Hardin County? What is it?
So my brokerage that I'm a part of, it's out of Louisville, but I'm in E-Town 3, 4, 5 days a week. So my emphasis is Louisville, Hardin County, Elizabethtown, and anything kind of close by there. I'm helping people in Taylorsville right now, helping people out in Cecilia. I'm helping really where anybody needs me, just trying to figure out what their needs are in that area and how that market fits their needs.
So now, in terms of marketing, you've kind of got your own sort of like your own. It's almost like your own company, I guess.
Right.
But so just tell us a little bit about that.
So the company I'm with is a brokerage out of Louisville, Remax Premier Properties. Jay Pitts is the head broker. He's actually from E-Town as well. Many people probably know him, and his dad Jeff, who's a realtor here in town. And that's how I got kind of linked up with them. But the whole idea around it is marketing yourself and showing people the services you can provide for them and why you would be useful for them to use you.
Yeah. Well, speaking of those services, tell us a little bit about some of the services that you offer.
So what I mainly do, I help buyers and sellers. So, if you're wanting to sell your home, I'm glad to help you out. We offer marketing that not many other people can, and that's one of the things I pride myself on and our company prides herself on. And when I help a buyer out, I have a lot of things I can do to help them as well. A lot of new technologies that help, that make it easier and quicker, and we can hop on houses that they like super fast, and just kind of some services we provide. And I have a commercial listing right now, so I'm trying to get into that area as well.
Okay, great. Now, we are talking about high school athletics here, and I understand that you graduated at Elizabethtown High School.
Yes, sir.
Now, were you involved in athletics there?
Yeah, so I played golf and basketball in high school, and I was actually on the high school tennis team my 7th and 8th grade year. I grew up playing every sport you can imagine.
Okay.
I mean, name it and I've played it. What I think is so special about high school sports is, it kind of molds who you are, your friends. You have memories that last a lifetime. I mean, I know, so I was on the 2014 district-winning E-Town basketball team, and I still see those buddies all the time. And whenever we get together, we always talk about a memory or something Coach Harris said, or something somebody did in the locker room, and it's just a lot of good memories we still have, and I think still molds me as a person, and I think a lot of other high school athletes would agree.
So now, did that have anything to do with your decision to support high school sports by supporting HCEC-TV?
Sure, definitely. So my parents, I've grown up watching them support high school sports, doing whatever they can, and I just feel the need to do the same thing because of how much I feel like it provided for me.
Sure, okay. And we appreciate you. We appreciate your dad and his sister,
Thank you.
the whole family, and all they've done for us all these years, and look forward to this new relationship, and welcome on board.
Thanks, I'm excited for it.
Great. And we look forward to hearing more great things from this young man, but right now we're going to get right back to that ball game.
Welcome back to John Hardin High School. for the second half of our 17th district action between the North Hardin Trojans and the John Hardin Bulldogs. Halftime score, North Hardin on top, 1-0. It was Shamia Hibbler from about 25 yards out with the lone goal in the game at the 32:04 mark of that first half. Ball now up to Loggins. Outside for Brown. Brown shot from there. Diving stop by Clark. She gets to her feet and dives on it again. Clark not the starter tonight. Alexis Witherspoon the starter tonight, but at that 32:04 mark, her and Christy De La Rosa Pagan ran into each other, both having injuries. Clark has come in since then and done a very good job in the goal tonight for the Bulldogs. Atiani gets it to Wiley. Wiley going to send it up the right side. Milburn comes back for the Trojans. It'll go off her. Throw in for the Bulldogs. McFadden will send that one out. Another throw in. Gregory gets in the way of that throw in. Ball stays in. Atiani kicks it towards the box. Flack now with the ball for the Bulldogs. Back to Atiani. She'll send it into the box. Thompson will catch it on one hop. Send it out. Parker with it. Her and Johnson get caught, their feet tangled up. Crowley with the ball. Crowley going to drive it deep into the box. Hawkins comes back for the Trojans. A throw in for the Bulldogs. I'm going to say a corner kick. Rowlett comes over to take it. So we send it near the box. Gets through the by and a goal as it's headed by Melissa Wiley. On the corner kick, Melissa Wiley with the goal. And we're all tied up, 37-11 to go in the ball game. Jones now going to send it up the right side for the Trojans to Parker. Lewis comes over on the defense. Back to Hibbler. Hibbler going to send it into the box, trying to get it to Loggins. Loggins comes out and gets it. Turn, shot. Diving stop again by Destiny Clark. Parker now with it. She'll kick it out. It'll be a throw in for the Bulldogs. Crowley throws this one in. Trying to get it up to Newton. Goes out. It'll be a throw in for the Trojans. Parker to send this one in. Another throw in for the Trojans. Parker again to take this one. Oh, they're going to say it was off the Trojans, so it'll be a throw in for the Bulldogs. Or a foul on North. Free kick. Rowlett sends it up left side. Hibbler sends it back. Crowley with it now. Near midfield. Now Jada Gregory gets it for the Trojans. Sends it up the right side. Lewis there. Lewis will just poke it out. Throw in for the Trojans. Parker comes to take it. Try to get it into Nia Jones. He gets it up to Loggins. Loggins trying to find some space. Gets it back out of the box. She'll lay it off for Jones. Gregory there for the Trojans. And Lewis Crowley gets it back for John. She'll lay it back for Flack. Hibbler got to that one. Jones keeps it in. Rowlett with it to Wiley. Back to Rowlett. Milburn now with it for the Trojans. She'll send it back near midfield. Ariana Brown there for North Hardin. Brown up the middle of the field. Pons Pagan sends it back towards midfield. That goes off Milburn. It'll be a throw-in. Atiani with the throw-in for John. Down the line for Newton. McFadden over for... It'll be a free kick on, I believe it was a handball. Rowlett comes over to take this one. It's going to be shot in. Thompson comes out. She'll just catch it. Want this one out near midfield. Gets it to Loggins. Rowley gets it back for John. Over to Crowley. Into Newton. Hawkins on the defense for the Trojans. She'll send it to the left. Maintains possession. Now to be Atiani who gathers it in. As Hawkins comes over. There'll be a foul on North and a free kick for the Bulldogs. Rowlett to take this one. She's going to send this one towards the center of the box. Rowlett able to get to it. Trying to get a left foot on it, not able to. Hibbler there. Hibbler will keep it in, but it's going to go out on the far side. Crowley will throw it in from there. No substitutions on both sides. Nia Johnson checks in for John Hardin. Camry McFadden in for the Trojans. Crowley with the throw in. Gregory got to it first for North. Parker sends it back out. Hedge there. McFadden and Johnson going at it. Johnson will send it in from there. Thompson slides over, makes the save. Up to McFadden at midfield. A foul on the Bulldogs. Free kick for the Trojans. Hawkins to take this one. Quickly going to set it. Sends it up the right side, trying to get it to Parker. It gets beyond Lewis. Pons Pagan goes after McFadden for the Trojans. I believe that was Lewis that sends it out. It'll be a corner kick for the Trojans. Madison Parker over to take this one. Parker sends it into the front box. McFadden taps it, but Clark there for the save. Bounce high in the air. McFadden will send it out for Dominique. Dominique's going to send it forward for Brown. Flack gets it back for the Bulldogs. Johnson going to send it up to her. McFadden was there. Now it'll be Hawkins for North. Hawkins going to take it out to the right side. Going to try to send it up there to Parker. Parker right on the sidelines. Crowley kicks it free. Throw in for North. We'll have Haley Davis checking back in for North Hardin. And Newton back in for the Bulldogs. .30 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the ball game. All knotted at one apiece. McFadden with it. She's going to lay it back for Milburn. Milburn going to send it up the left side. It goes out. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Davis gets it back for the Trojans. She'll send it from there. Oh, it's just going to go out of bounds before she crossed. That'll be a throw in for the Bulldogs. Wiley sends that one in. That'll go out and be a throw in for the Trojans now. Davis going to take this one, trying to get it to Brown. Brown going to turn to her right, cross there to McFadden. McFadden going to track it down on the opposite side of the box. Tries to send it back to Parker. Parker trying to find some room, takes a shot right. Destiny Clark with a save. The rebound comes out, and it's Haley Davis with the shot. It just goes over the crossbar. And a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Rowlett going to take this one. So out near midfield. Flack actually heads it back towards the North Hardin goal. McFadden gets past the first. Pons Pagan will send it out from there, though. Hibbler over for the Trojans. Sends it up to Parker on the right side. Parker going to cross there. Trying to get it to McFadden. Jones there, and Wiley kicks it out of the box. Gregory trying to keep it in. Lewis will track it down there for the Bulldogs. She just sends it out. Throw in for North. Parker to take this one. It's an into Jones, back to Parker. Parker crosses there. Brown gets it. Brown able to tip it. It just goes wide to the left. And it'll be another goal kick. Destiny Clark playing an absolute wonderful game in goal tonight for the Bulldogs. Rowlett to take this one. Johnson got it, but Haley Davis gets it for the Trojans. Wiley now with it for the Bulldogs. McFadden will get to this one. She'll send it out to be a throw in for John Hardin. Wiley to throw it in. She quickly gets it in down the line to Atiani. Milburn there for North. She'll send it out near midfield. Hedges there for the Bulldogs. McFadden for the Trojans. McFadden will come up. She's going to send it up the left side. Just too far for Davis to get to. Throw in for John Hardin. Athiani to throw this one in. Gregory rushes in and gets it, pokes it over the back line. Pons Pagan will send it out. And it'll be a throw in for the Trojans. Davis quickly up with it. She's going to try to get it to Brown again. Pons Pagan provides the pressure. Sent out by Rowlett. Milburn has it now for North. She would knock to the ground. It'll be a foul and a free kick for the Trojans. Hawkins sets it up pretty quickly. Hawkins ready to go. Center ref had walked in front where she was going to kick it at. She's going to now send it into the box. Gets it to Brown. Brown on the right hand. It's McFadden with the shot, and it goes just wide to the left. Rowlett to take this goal kick. And out near midfield. High bounce. Milburn gets it. She'll send it back to the center to Gregory. Now Jones with it for the Trojans. Sends it up the middle. Tries to get it to Brown. Brown sneaks through. Lewis sends it back out of the box. Gregory gets to it. Sends it outside. And there'll be a foul on the Trojans. Free kick for the Bulldogs. McFadden off of her now. Milburn trying to get it out. Atiani keeps it for the Bulldogs. Wiley now with the ball for John Hardin. She's going to send it up the right side, trying to get to Atiani. McFadden comes back for the Trojans. She'll just poke it back up the left side, trying to get it to Davis. It goes off Hawkins. Milburn will track it down for North. Rowlett comes up, gets a pass to Johnson, trying to feed it back in. McFadden going to get it out of the box. Goes over the end line, and now it'll be a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Rowlett goes to the corner to take it. It's going to be sent in flat. Milburn sends it back out of the box. Rowlett with it. She'll send it right back in with the left foot. Goes off of Parker out to Jones. And it'll be Crowley who comes back, pokes it free. Hedge now with it. She'll send it up the left side. Parker gets into it. That'll go out off the Bulldogs and be a throw-in for the Trojans. Parker, that Rowlett got in the way and gets it back for the Bulldogs. Takes it to the center to Wiley. Wiley trying to find someone to pass it to. Rowlett now with it. She'll try to send it forward. Hawkins had gotten to it. Now Flack with it. Flack will send it down the right side. Gets it to Atiani. She drives in, takes a shot, and it'll go wide right. Goal kick for the Trojans. Hawkins to take this goal kick. 23-20 to go here in the ball game. All tied at 1 apiece. Milburn down the line. It's off Davis. Atiani will lay it back for Wiley. It goes off North. Atiani to do the throw in. Parker got there, but it goes to Johnson. Rowlett now with it. Send it into the middle. Gets away from Hibbler. Thompson will come out and pick it up. Puts it out near midfield. Crowley heads it back. Jones there for the Trojans. She'll send it to the outside. Dominique's not going to be able to get there. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Crowley to take this throw in. Puts it up to Johnson. Laid back for Wiley. She'll again try to throw it down the other side. Davis gets this one for the Trojans. They'll send it towards the middle. Gets past Pons-Pagan. McFadden is there. She gets past Lewis. Lewis returns and kicks it towards the right side. McFadden will track it down. She's going to try to lay it back. Dominique to Parker. Parker gets past the first one. Parker going to send it from there. One skip. And Clark with the save. Clark will punt it. Rowlett sends it up. It's past everybody, but Hawkins will be back there to play it. She's just going to play it to the outside. Johnson comes in tow. That'll go off the Bulldogs. It'll be a throw-in for the Trojans. Substitutions on both sides. Gregory and Garcia back in for North Hardin. Newton back in for John Hardin. Hawkins with the throw-in. Gets it to McFadden. And that'll be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Crowley to take this one. Up to Newton. Back to Rowlett. Out and a throw-in for the Trojans. Dominique with the throw-in. Just sends it into Parker. Parker and Rowlett going after it. Now Gregory gets in there for the Trojans. Lay it back to Dominique. Rowlett gets it again, but Gregory there to get it back. Flack now with it. Giving it back to Rowlett. Rowlett sends towards the middle. Hawkins gets to it for the Trojans. Another good play by Hawkins. Gets it up to Parker. It's 3-on-4. Parker going to send it down the middle, trying to get it to Brown. Clark comes out from the goal, and she'll stop it there. Clark going to punt it out from there. Dominique comes up for the Trojans. Pokes it free. Lewis there will send it back up, but Dominique gets it now. Parker with it. Parker going to lay it outside for Milburn. Everyone will take it under control. She'll send it up the left side. Garcia goes over. Mink send it out from there. It'll go over the sidelines to be a throw-in. Garcia to take this throw-in. To Parker, back to Garcia. Back to Parker. Kicked out by Wiley. Garcia with the throw-in. Down the line. Brown gets it. Brown turns to her right. She'll send it across the field to Dominique. Dominique's not going to be able to get to it. It'll be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Thrown by Crowley. Up to Newton. Newton lays it back, but it's McFadden that has it for the Trojans. That'll be sent out by Pons Pagan. That will get Jordan Murrah into the lineup for the Trojans. She'll take Brown's spot. Dominique on this throw-in. Lays it to Parker. Rowlett provides the defense. It'll go off her and another throw-in. Parker going to quickly get it into Dominique. Back to Parker. Parker keeps possession. It'll go off her and throw in for the Bulldogs. Crowley over to take this one. Dominique gets it back for North. She'll send it into the box. Pons Pagan there. Jordan Murrah for the Trojans. And sent out, and see which one it was by. Mink sent it out. Now, and that'll be a foul, and it'll be a free kick for the Trojans. Parker going to take this free kick. 17:45 to go here in the ball game. Sends that one in short, gets past Murrah. Clark with another save. Punt high in the air, lands. Flack there for the Trojans. Dominique for the, Flack was there for the Bulldogs. Dominique for the Trojans. She kicks it out. Throw in for John. Ariana Brown back into the lineup for the Trojans. Crowley's going to do the throw in. Yeah, and they called the subs in, but it wasn't actually North Hardin's time to sub in, so McFadden will have to come back in. You can sub if it's your throw in or if both teams have somebody to sub in. Crowley going to send this one in. Gets over Parker's head. Hibbler going to send it back down the other way. Lewis back towards midfield for John Hardin. Now Hawkins will send it the other way. Lewis tracks it down on the far side. Sent back into the box by Dominique. Garcia is there. Garcia driving in, finding the left foot, and it'll go wide to the left and be another goal kick for the Bulldogs. Tied at 1. 16 minutes to go here in the ball game. Rowlett will take this one. And now Brown will get back into the lineup. Milburn gets it over to Garcia to the middle, but Flack there for the Bulldogs. Rowlett going to send the left foot up the left side. Hibbler back there for North. Back up to midfield to Brown. Brown trying to find some space, going to poke it forward, gets it to Murrah. Murrah to the outside trying to get it to Garcia. It'll come back to Milburn. Trojans keeping the pressure on. That one goes off Parker. Milburn will track this one down. Atiani there for John. Be kicked out by the Trojans. Atiani on the throw-in. Wiley now with it. McFadden comes up. Flack with it. Actually, she kicks that one off her teammate, but Atiani right there down the right side. Maya Hawkins comes over for the defense for North Hardin. And there'll be a foul on John. It'll be a free kick for the Trojans. Midfield, the ball takes a North Hardin bounce, and Parker there for the Trojans. Lays it off for Garcia. Too heavy a touch that time by Garcia. Now Garcia with it again. Gets it up to Murrah. Mink there, sends it back up, but Garcia right there for the Trojans. Wiley comes back. That one will be kicked out and will cross the sideline and be a throw-in for the Trojans. McFadden and Jones checking back in. Jones trying to get it up the field. Wiley now with it for John. Milburn had cut off that track. Wiley gets it back. Milburn now to do the throw in. Newton will come back in for the Bulldogs. Wiley to take this throw in. Gregory stepped in the way. That one will go out. It'll be another throw in for the Bulldogs. I said they're going to say foul. So it'll be a free kick. Rowlett to take this one. Gets over Hibbler. Dominique back there gives it off to Hibbler. Hibbler send it up the right side. Kept back in by the Bulldogs. Dominique with it. Rowley gets it back for John. Trying to get it to Flack. Milburn will send it up, gonna get it to McFadden. Trying to get it to Brown. Dominique on the far side, calling for it. Rowlett doing a good job staying in front of Brown. She gets it back to Hibbler. Hibbler going to send it back to Gregory in the middle. Now Jones with it. She'll send it up the side to Dominique. Dominique's going to send it in, but it'll go wide right. Rowlett to take this goal kick. Parker back in for North Hardin. Johnson back in for John Hardin. Throw in for John Hardin. Wiley to take this one. Trying to get it to Johnson. It goes off her. It'll be a throw in for the Trojans. Hibbler going to send this one. Trying to get it up to Brown. It'll be kicked out by Hedge. Throw in for the Trojans. Parker quickly throws it in, but Rowlett gets there. And the Bulldogs send it back up the field. Hawkins on the defense. She'll keep it and get it back to midfield. She's going to send it up the middle, trying to get it to Brown. McFadden coming in. McFadden with it, takes the shot, and another diving stop by Destiny Clark. As we hit the 10-minute mark here in the ball game, all tied at 1. That'll go off the Trojans, throw in for the Bulldogs. Quickly throw it in, trying to get it to Johnson. Johnson gets past Hawkins. Driving in, shot. Thompson gonna let it go wide to the right. A substitution for John. Newton back into the ball game. Milburn to take this goal kick. Trying to get it to Gregory. Rowlett heads it back in. Milburn will come up. She'll send it out now near midfield. Wiley goes off of Dominique, and Wiley will throw it in. Quickly trying to get it up to Newton. Dominique heads it. Wiley keeps it in. Be a foul, and it'll be a free kick. Rowlett comes to take the free kick. So we sent to the left side of the box. Headed from there, Thompson comes over, makes the save. Thompson rushes to the top of the box, going to kick it down, trying to get it to Brown. Hedge there on the defense for the Bulldogs. Brown there for the Trojans. Brown with it. Keeps it in, but Hedge will track it down. And that'll go off Hedge, a throw in for the Trojans. Jordan Murrah back into the lineup. Parker with the throw in, trying to get it to McFadden. Back out to Jones. That'll go over the sideline, a throw in for the Bulldogs. Now Johnson with it at midfield. Atiani up the right side. They're going to send it up the right side. Milburn chasing after it for the Trojans. Atiani there for the Bulldogs. And that's going to be Trojan ball from there. Throw in, trying to get it to Hawkins. Wiley comes over for the Bulldogs. Chips it back, Milburn there. Doesn't get a clean hit on it. McFadden going to send it up the middle. Rowlett was there. Hibbler will chase it down on the far sideline. Hibbler going to send it up the right side. Flack there. It goes out of bounds off of her. Throw in for the Trojans. And that's going to foul on the Bulldogs. Free kick for the Trojans. I have a player down on the field. I believe that's Johnson. So we'll stop the clock with 6:28 to go in the ball game as they attend her. It'll be a free kick for the Trojans right at midfield. Newton comes back into the ball game for the Trojans. Brown back in, or sorry, Newton comes back in for the Bulldogs. Brown back in for the Trojans. Johnson gets up and walks off the field. start the clock. Parker to take this free kick. Trying to get it to Brown. That's going to be a foul on North. Be a free kick for the Bulldogs. Rowlett to take this one. Rowland out to Wiley, but Parker there for the Trojans. He's going to send it back down the middle. Clark will come out, scoop it up. Short punt that time. Gregory heads it. It's past Dominique Milburn there for the Trojans. Gets it up to Brown. Brown going to try to find some space in there. Gregory now with it. Poked away by the Bulldogs. Newton with it. And now Hibbler will get it for the Trojans. Hibbler driving up. Rowlett will be there for the Bulldogs. That'll be a chase to get to it as it's Crowley and Parker. Foul on the Trojans. Free kick for the Bulldogs. Rowlett to take this one. Quickly sending it up the left side. Hawkins will get it there for the Trojans. Straight up in the air as Newton comes over. That'll go out and be a throw in for the Trojans. Haley Davis and Cameron McFadden back in for the Trojans. .435 to go in the ball game, all tied at 1 apiece. Parker now with it. Send it far ahead. Ponspagan there, sends it back towards midfield. Now Jones gets it for the Trojans. Tries to slip it forward. Ponspagan pokes it back out again. Parker after it for the Trojans. It'll be Lewis who sends it back out near midfield. McFadden up to Davis. And Wiley will gather it in for the Bulldogs. Now it's Remiah McFadden with it. And that'll be a throw in for the Trojans. Milburn to take this one. Milburn gets it into Davis. Davis going to send it to the middle. Gets it to McFadden. McFadden lays it back for Jones. Jones trying to send it up the right side. A little flatter than she wanted to. Parker with it. And now they're going to stop the clock as Madison Parker frustrated at the foul call. She will get a yellow card issued. Official will go over and explain to the coaches. So the clock should have stopped with this. Now they're signaling to stop it again, and it does stop at 3:04. And now the coach gets a yellow card. Dominique back into the lineup for the Trojans. Sent up by Rowlett. Gets behind Brown. Brown will kick it out. Hibbler now with it. Gregory will come up. Tries to get it to the outside. Rowlett there. Sends it back down in the corner. Popped high in the air. Newton with it for the Bulldogs as Dominique comes to provide defensive pressure. A shot there, and it'll go wide to the left. Goal kick for the Trojans. 2:40 to go in the ball game. Thompson quickly sets it. Kick it from there. Rowlett with it, gives it over to Wiley. Wiley gets it to the top of the box. Brown there. Brown going to try to send it out as Wiley keeps up the pressure. Brown with dribbling forward. No one coming to stop her. Rowlett now will come up. Rowlett pokes it back towards the middle. Hibbler will get it there. Hibbler going to send it up the left side. Have a handball. There'll be a free kick for the Trojans. Milburn to take this one. Sends it, minute 47 to go. Davis now going to keep it on this end. Hawkins hit and has gone down. So with a minute 38, they will stop the clock there. Hawkins will walk off on her own. Murrah back into the lineup. She'll take the spot of Hawkins. Be a free kick for the Trojans. Davis to take this one. They wind the clock. Davis going to send this one at the goal. Clark there makes the catch and the save. Dominique comes up, sends it to McFadden. Gets past Pons Pagan. She sends it out to the left side. Davis there for the Trojans. Trying to get it in. It was just tipped by Pons Pagan. Sent out towards midfield. Gregory with it for the Trojans. Pokes it forward for Davis. Davis going to try to find some space. Crosses there. It goes off Rowlett's knee. McFadden, a little tap on it, but Clark will come up with another save as we hit the minute mark. Clark's punt out near midfield, takes a high hop there. Brown with it for North, as now Newton will get it for the Bulldogs. And there'll be a yellow card issued to Brown. That'll get Hawkins back in. They've stopped the clock at 29 seconds. It'll be a free kick. Rowlett to take this one. Start it. Rowlett goes to the wide right. It'll be a goal kick for the Trojans. Thompson quickly going to set it, 30 seconds to go. Outside to Milburn. Official says stop while some subs get back into the ball game. Down to 15 seconds. Thompson will send this one out. Newton heads it out. Milburn sends it in as we're down under 10 seconds. To the middle of the field, 4 seconds. And so regulation will come to a close, tied at 1, and we will be heading to a 5-minute overtime. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. And Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626, and he'll get the job done. Reminder, you can tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC-TV programs airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184. You can also look up our past broadcast on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC-TV. Reminder of our schedule. Tomorrow night it'll be back on the air. Scheduled time at 7:30 for volleyball action as the John Hardin Bulldogs and the Elizabethtown Panthers square off. Friday night it'll be from Cecilia, as it will be the home opener for the Central Hardin Bruins as they will take on the Bulldogs from John Hardin. Kickoff time is scheduled for 7:30. Monday night we'll be back in girls soccer action right back here at John Hardin High School as the Bulldogs will host the Elizabethtown Panthers. Start time is scheduled for 7 o'clock. On Tuesday night next week will be volleyball action as North Hardin and Elizabethtown go at it. Scheduled start time is 7:30. Next Wednesday will be girls soccer again back here at John Hardin as they will host the Central Hardin Bruins. Again, the start time scheduled for 7. Next Thursday night, the 20th of September, it'll be boys soccer action as the John Hardin Bulldogs will travel to the Central Hardin Bruins. And then next Friday night, the Meade County Green Wave will come to take on the John Hardin Bulldogs. Start time scheduled for 7:30. So we will have our first overtime period. If anyone scores in the overtime, the game is over. If at the conclusion of this 5 minutes no one has scored, we will go to a second 5-minute overtime. McFadden with it. She'll lay it outside for Dominique. Tries to poke it back to the middle. Rowlett gets there, but Brown gets it back for the Trojans. That'll go off Brown and be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Atiani to come over to do the throw-in. Throw it into Wiley. We have a player down, Jada Gregory. Our Hardin Memorial Health Sports Specialist comes across the field as well. Gregory trying to get up on her own. Scoring for tonight's game in the first half, it was Shamia Hibbler with a long shot at the 32:04 mark. Put the Trojans on top 1-0, and then just a little less than 3 minutes into the second half, it was Melissa Wiley heading in a corner kick and tied it up at 1. On the schedule next for the Trojans, they will host Thomas Nelson on Saturday. And for the Bulldogs, their next game also on Saturday, as they will host Louisville Atherton. Gregory having a cramp in her left leg. So it's North Hardin ball right at midfield. .4:17 to go. Just waiting until the coaches and trainer get Gregory off the field. Hawkins will send this one down the right side. Mink sends it back out. That'll go off Newton, out of bounds. Throw in for the Trojans. Dominique quickly with the throw in, tries to get it to Brown. Mink provides the pressure again. That'll be sent out. Time by Flack. Dominique again with a throw in down the line. That one will go too far for Brown, and it will be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Nia Johnson will check back in for John Harden. And Rowlett will take the goal kick for the Bulldogs. 3:30 to go here in our first overtime. Atiani gets to that one, but it's going to go over the sidelines, throw in. Dominique again with the throw in, quickly trying to get it to Brown. Knocked out by Hedge. Dominique again down the line. Gets beyond Brown. Flack is back there. That'll be a foul on the Trojans, and it'll be a free kick for the Bulldogs. Rowlett to take this one. Dominique heads it. Milburn comes up for it. Mal Parker gets it. She sends it outside. Throw in. Atiani to take this one. Trying to get it to Johnson. It'll just roll out. McFadden throws it back in. Dominique heads it to the center of the field to Jones. Now Parker with it. Parker going to send it deep down the center. Ponspagan as Clark comes out. McFadden comes in for the Trojans, and it'll be Clark with another save. Clark's punt out near midfield. Jones there for the Trojans. Headed back by Rowlett. Now Flack with it. Flack lays it off for Wiley. Davis will get this one. She's going to send it high into the center of the field. Mink with it. And Brown gets free. Brown trying to find some space. McFadden there with it. Ponspagan sends it off. It hits Rowlett. And we're going to have a stoppage. I believe we had a handball. And that's going to be the second red card on Brown. And so it will, the second yellow card, which will be a red card. She'll have to come out of the ball game. North Arden will not be allowed to replace her. So they will be one person short the rest of this ball game. Minute 52 to go here in the first overtime period. Rowlett to take this one. So that one up near midfield. Flack there with it. She lays it off for Wiley. Wiley going to send it down. Thompson going to let it get to her into the box. She'll pick it up before Johnson gets there. Thompson's punt going to be short that time. Rowlett going to send it up the right side. Crowley going up there to track it down. Able to keep it in. Hibbler there for the Trojans. Cross. It's going to come to Atiani. Milburn with her left foot kicks it out, but here comes Wiley from the back line. She'll send it wide to the left, and it'll be a goal kick for the Trojans. Minute 5 to go here in the first overtime. Thompson puts it down. She'll just lay it outside for Milburn. Milburn going to send it up the right side, trying to get to Dominique. It's going to go over the sidelines, be a throw in for the Bulldogs. Atiani to do the throw in. And that goes out of throw in, and we'll get a substitution for the Trojans. Kiera Loggins will check back in. 30 seconds to go. Mink gets that one up to Wiley. Down to under 20 seconds to go. Loggins with it. Flack comes up. Holds it at midfield as we go down to 10 seconds. Lewis sends it up the right side. Davis heads it in the air. 3, 2, 1. And so the first overtime comes to a conclusion. And now we will go to the second 5-minute overtime. And this is a Hardin County Educational Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming, sponsored in part by Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical therapy associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable, unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties for all your real estate needs. Contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all HCEC-TV programs on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cables Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184, and you can always search our past broadcast on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC-TV. Again, our schedule for the rest of this week and next week. Tomorrow night it'll be volleyball action as the John Hardin Bulldogs and the Elizabethtown Panthers square off. Scheduled time is 7:30. Friday night it'll be football action as the John Hardin Bulldogs will travel to Cecilia. Kickoff time scheduled for 7:30. Monday night it'll be girls action. Back here as the Bulldogs will host the Panthers of Elizabethtown. Start time is 7. Tuesday night it'll be volleyball action between North and E-Town. Wednesday night it's girls soccer, Central Hardin and John Hardin. Next Thursday it is boys soccer, John Hardin and Central Hardin. And then next Friday it's football, Meade County at John Hardin. So we start the second overtime. The team switch ends. It was John Hardin's ball to start this one. Davis now with it. That'll go off of John Hardin, so a throw in for North. Davis throws it in to Parker. Back to Davis. Davis going to send it to the middle. Flack there. Jones comes over and gets it back for the Trojans. He's going to try to lay it outside for Dominique. Gets it towards the middle near Loggins. Be kicked out by Mink. Gets it to Crowley. Back to Wiley. Parker gets in the way. Now Loggins has it for the Trojans. Try to send it up the middle. It doesn't get past Rowlett. She'll send it up the other way. Hawkins will track it down. Johnson comes up. Now Thompson comes out of the goal. She'll send it back towards midfield. Rowlett gets it. Rowlett strong enough she could probably take a shot from there. Continues to have possession. She drives in. Now she'll loop it outside for Crowley. Crowley's shot. It's going to go high over the crossbar and will be a goal kick for the Trojans. Hawkins to take this one. Newton checks back in for the Bulldogs. Hawkins will send this one out, trying to get it to Hibbler. Dominique. It goes out. I believe they're going to have a handball, as it was not out, and Dominique bent over and picked it up. Rowlett going to square up this one for a free kick. Rowlett sends it towards the top of the box. Hawkins gets it out. Shot there. Thompson with the save. Thompson running forward, punts it there. Big hop, gets it to Loggins. 4 players back for the Bulldogs. Now Parker going to get it. Parker going to send it forward. Clark will come out. She'll scoop it up there. So we hit the 2:30 mark of this second overtime. No one scores in this overtime. We will go to penalty kicks. High in the air. Parker tries to keep it in. Pons Pagan sends it back out near midfield. Hibbler there for the Trojans. Parker now with it. Gets past Rowlett, left foot, going to send it into the middle. Mink there, sends it back out. McFadden with it. She's going to get it over to Davis on the left side. Crowley comes back. She'll send it out, and it'll be a throw-in for the Trojans. And that allowed Jada Gregory back into the lineup. Davis to throw this one in. Minute 40 to go. Into Jones. Jones finds some space. Try to get it to Loggins. It gets past her, and it'll go over the inline and a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Nia Johnson comes back in for John Harden. Rowlett to take this goal kick. Gregory gets there. She's going to head it to Davis. Back to the middle. Gregory comes up with it, gets it to Loggins. Hedge now for the Bulldogs. Loggins comes back and gathers it in. And trying to send it up. Lewis will be there. Pons Pagan comes over. It gets past both of them. Pons Pagan now going to send it out. Down to 40 seconds. Throw in for the Trojans. Short throw in. Gets it to Loggins. Back for Parker. Parker will cross there. Tipped around a couple of times. Wiley gets to it. Now coming up. Gregory trying to keep it in the box. Lewis will send it out. It'll be another throw in. 24 seconds to go. Parker with it. Gets it into Jones. Jones back to Parker. Parker squares it up. She's going to cross it there. Wiley there. Wiley will send it back out. Jones tries to keep it in, but Clark will make that save. 7 seconds. And that's going to do it as our second overtime comes to a close. And now we will go to penalty kicks. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, eTownApartments.com, Bluegrass Cellular, eTown Exterminating, West Point Bank, and Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties. Now there will have to be players report to the officials, and the captains come over and they will determine who goes first. It's a flip. And then the two teams will decide what goal they will play at. So it looks like they're going to play at the south end of the field. So it'll be Riley Thompson in goal for the Trojans. Destiny Clark in goal for the Bulldogs. The scoring for tonight's game, each team scored one goal in a half. In the first half, it was Shamia Hibbler putting the Trojans on the board at the 32:04 mark. And then at the 37:02 mark of the second half, it was Melissa Wiley knotting it up at one on a header on a corner kick. So coming out on the field for the Trojans, it looks like it's Maya Hawkins, Madison Parker, Shamia Hibbler, Kiera Loggins, and Haley Davis. The goalie in penalty kicks has to stay on the end line until the ball is touched. The player doing the penalty kick, as they start towards the goal, they cannot stop or pause. For the Bulldogs, it'll be Rowlett, Newton, Crowley, Wiley, and Hedge. And North Hardin looks like they will be kicking first as Hawkins will go to take this one. Official explain again the rules to both Hawkins and Clark. Hawkins approaches it. Her shot off the crossbar. And not in. And now to be Rowlett come up for the Bulldogs. Thompson in the goal. Rowlett's shot stopped by Thompson. For the first two players, no goals. Now to be Parker for the Trojans. Clark back in the goal for the Bulldogs. Quickly Parker up, takes the shot. Clark dove the right way. Parker gets it in the back corner. And that's going to send Crowley to the line. Thompson back in the goal. Her shot gonna go high. And now it'll be Hibbler for the Trojans. Clark back in the goal for the Bulldogs. Hibbler on the ground and stopped by Clark. It'll be Wiley to come to take the third kick. If after 5 goals, it is still tied, they will send 6 players out there and it'll be a 1-1 situation. Thompson back in the goal. Wiley shot, it's in. So we're tied at 1 goal apiece in penalty kicks. Loggins now up for the Trojans. Clark steps back in for the Bulldogs. Loggins shot on the ground and gets the side and it's in. Hedge now up for the Bulldogs. As Thompson gets back in the goal.
Let's go, Raleigh!
Shot left and Thompson with a diving save.
Let's go, Raleigh! Let's go, Haley! See it again!
And now Davis for the Trojans. Clark steps back into the goal for the Bulldogs. Davis shot, and Clark stops it. And that'll send Newton.
Let's go, Riley!
Come on, Riley!
Newton shot, it's high, and North Hardin wins in penalty kicks 2-1. And for North Hardin, they move on to 6-5 on the season. And for the Bulldogs, they drop to 5-7. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of Remax Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank.
The final score.